to my channel. Today I'm talking about the Learn With Me tarot cards. It feels like a while since I've done this, so I might do a little out of practice. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the Hierophant today, and that is either the priest or pope, or so the Hierophant. In this card, looks a bit like a demon, and in this card, like a woman. So we'll get on to this now then. So I am going off of the website Biddys. I like Biddys. They explain the whole, if you can see there, the whole of the tarot cards. So yeah, that does explain everything with these. And also the Soul and Spirit mag, I might read a little bit of the Hierophant, because I got the Halloween edition of the Soul and Spirit, which started me off with the Hierophant. So the last one I didn't get, the previous mag I didn't get, that was on about the full cards and all the other cards. So I might read a little bit what Soul and Spirit say about the Hierophant as well. So let's get in with this. So the Hierophant. The Hierophant, spiritual wisdom. Well, I kind of get that by how their stance. Spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs. Again, I get that. Conformity, tradition, and indecision. But if it was reversed, it would be personal beliefs, freedom, challenging the status quo. So, in these cards, I do get the gist that this is kind of a spiritual kind of priest kind of person. So the description says the Hierophant is a masculine counterpart to the High Priestess. He is also known as the Pope or the Teacher in other tarot decks, and is named by Taurus. Now with this card, I get that. If I was looking closely enough, I'll get that in the little pillars here. But apart from that, in this card, I don't get the Taurus emblem. But in this card, I get the Taurus emblem, the two horns. So yeah, I do see that. And I get an element of the evil eye Cleopatra kind of thing going on with this one. And this one, I have to really delve into. This card seems to be easier to read than this card, but usually the original Rider-Waite tarot deck I can usually read better than these cards, but today I'm reading this card a lot better. And as I've said, it's a masculine figure, which in this card I get it's a masculine figure. In this one, I find it's a bit more feminine. So, but they always say there's always a masculine and feminine side. The Hierophant is a religious figure sitting in between two pillows. They are certainly sitting in two pillars of sacred temple. through this temple differs from the one in which the highest priestess sits, where he wears 3 robes, red, blue and white. Now I know red signifies empowerment. I know white signifies loyalty and purity. I don't know what blue means yet. But in this card, they're wearing white and red. And in this card, they're wearing blue and gold. I do get why they're wearing gold, because they're a pope, they're a teacher, they're a priest, they're so I do get a little bit of why they're wearing gold in this one. But I don't know what blue means. As soon as I know what blue means, I'll let you know. And a 3-tier crown both represents 3 worlds over which he rules. The subconscious, the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. In his left hand, he holds a paper cross sculpture, which signifies a religious state. He raises his right hand in a religious blessing with 2 fingers pointing towards heaven and 2 towards earth. In this card, they are pointing towards heaven. I don't get the pointing to earth bit. And this they're just sitting in between the pillars. Before him kneels 2 figures. The Hierophant's task is to pass down his spiritual wisdom and intuition into the church, so they can take part their appointment roles. This image speaks to a shared group identifying a rite of passage to enter the next level. The cross keys at the Hierophant's feet represents balance between the conscious and subconscious mind and the unlocking of the mysteries which only he can teach. Now, in this card, they both have 2 people here and they have the keys. But in this card, it's just the 2 people bowing at the guy's foot. So 2 different cards, 2 different things going on. So in somewhat, I can read this a little bit better, but then in somewhat, I can read this. They're kind of on par with each other, these 2. I'm just going to look up what the colour blue means, actually, because I'm intrigued now. What does the colour blue really mean? Because I'm intrigued. I am very intrigued. Oh yeah, and today, running off topic, I went on YouTube today and I saw watch time was 333. So I had to find out what that meant as well. Fascinating stuff, this spiritualism stuff. Blue represents the skies and the sea. It associates with open spaces, freedom, intuition, imagination. Blue is represented meaning the depths, truths, loyalties, wisdom, confidence, stability, faith, heaven, and intellectual. So there you are. So I get that now. The teacher, the Pope, teaching us. That's what blue means. It means heaven, earth. I get it now. So we're going to go on to the upright of the Hierophant. So we've done the upright meanings, which is very... Yeah, okay. So, the Hierophant card represents established set of spiritual values and beliefs, and is often correlated with religion and other forms before you can discover your own belief system and make your own choices. It associates with the next card, the Lovers, which I'm now writing up and reading and stuff like that. So the next film goes up will be the Lovers card that I'll be learning about. The Hierophant encourages you to learn fundamental principles from the trust source. Work with a teacher, mentor or guide to teach you your spiritual values and blessings in the structured ways. He may bring an authority or a kind of generous mentor who nurtures or spiritual awareness and helps you access divine by understanding traditions in the core principles. You may also understand a period of formal study as you delve into subjects that has been widely explored and documented. Well, I'm exploring spiritualism, I'm exploring the tarot readings, I'm exploring what colours mean what and stuff like that. And also in my lifetime I feel I'm kind of my own teacher at the moment with somebody who is, how can I put this? I have got an authority person sort of like going around teaching me. I have got other people influencing me and teaching me ways. However, at the moment, what I'm seeing by me living these cards, because I always say I'm living these cards, I am literally teaching myself ways of how to communicate, how to control anger, you know. So I feel like at the moment I am my own Hierophant, if you get what I'm saying at the moment. I am my own teacher. If you have already mastered a particular field of study, you may be taken on a role of teacher or mentor or others in particular, or others in this position. You honour and acknowledge your responsibilities to share your knowledge in a structured way, one that represents the age of old traditions. Well, I do get that because I feel like I'm learning the tarot cards. I'm coming on here to you, and like I say, every single time I do these, I am not professional. I am reading this up from a Biddys website, you know. I am learning, so what I'm learning, I'm then relaying to you and hoping you're enjoying learning it too, with the help of Biddys. And this is no sponsored video. It's just, I just like reading Biddys meanings and the way they explain things about the tarot cards is on a way that you can understand. So, to be honest, with the help of the internet, Biddys, myself, we are all teaching ourselves. We are all studying, if you know what I mean. So, well, how can I put this? Life is one big teacher, isn't it? If you think about it. Life is one. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, look at 2020. How much time did we have to learn stuff? How much did we learn about ourselves? The Hierophant is a teacher. We are teaching ourselves, I would say. 2020, I would say, was the year of... You've got to remember, I'm still in 2020 at the moment. This will be 2021 when this comes out. 2020 was the year that taught us things that we never knew about ourselves. Maybe good, maybe bad, who knows? The Hierophant arrivals suggest you are following conventional and staying within the bounds of the tried and tested morals. What was I saying about 2020? They were trying us. They were testing us. The Hierophant may call you to honour family traditions or sacred rituals that sit neglected, shall I say, sit neglected. You are being asked to commit to spiritual practice in its most wholesome form. No bending the rules. If you have any lack rituals or traditions, create a regular practice such as daily prayer or say grace before a meal. Consider exploring your spiritual and religious heritage. Well, I've started doing, sometimes I don't always do it every day, but I've started pulling out a gratification card. I've got the gratification cards, what Soul and Spirit gave me, and I pull out one of them a day just to clarify that, hang on a minute, I am grateful for the day, I am grateful for what comes ahead, I am grateful for things that challenge my temper, because I do have a temper. You know, I am grateful that I have to teach myself to not be so temperamental, maybe. Just little things like that. The Hierophant Tarot card often speaks of group of memberships or being part of a group that may enjoy a deep sense of comfort. Surrounded by people who have well-established belief systems and values. Finding them may be as significant as exploring a new church or religion group, or as simple as joining the gym online. This card is about identifying with others and the way of thinking that will promote further learning. Well, before I got into spiritualism, I was doing running. I still do my running. I'm getting better at it now. I'm starting to complete my 5Ks. But I used to go on YouTube, and there's a lovely YouTuber on there. He's called 4D Runs, and he's brilliant at getting you. It's a community-based thing, and he's on Facebook as well. And he really peps you up. I mean, I haven't watched him for a little while because I've been going through a bit of a hard time, like with my mental health and stuff. So I haven't watched him a lot at the moment. I'm going to have to get back into watching him because he really does perk you up to go out running. He really just sort of like, come on, let's get out there, let's do it, let's have a productive day kind of thing. And a lot of his community is sort of like, oh, I had a bit of a bad run today. And they'll go, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. you had a good one. You got out there and you tried. You know what I mean? And it just, everyone's a teacher. Everyone's a teacher. If you, I mean, like spiritualism, I'm learning about this. So why can't I teach people what I learn? Right, I'm just going on to the reverse now, and then I will read up what the Soul and Spirit mag says about the Hierophant. Still enjoying the Soul and Spirit mag. I should get a new mag. I haven't even finished December's mag yet because I've been so busy. I should get another mag around about the 14th of January. So I might do another film. But I went on another tangent here. Right, the reverse Hierophant. In its most positive form, the reversed Hierophant reminds you that you are your own teacher. What was I going on about? What was I going on about? I just love it how it turns around and go, you know. So this way up, it says, I am your teacher. The reverse is, you're your own teacher. All the wisdom you seek comes from within. Not from some external source of power. You are being guided to follow your own path, adopt your own spiritual beliefs system rather than blindly following others. It may feel unsettling at first as you make your own ways, but over time you will learn to trust yourself and tap into your inner knowledge. Others may question, they might question your motives to go against tradition, but you know deep within that now is the time. So upright is those people that also teach themselves, but they go with what protocol says. Yeah, so the reverse, so if we reverse this, you're still your own teacher, but you're going against the grain of what has been, you're going against the grain of what you're supposed to believe and stuff like that. So upright is you've been taught this, okay, you can teach yourself this is my belief, and you follow, yeah. Upside down is you're your own teacher, but you're going against what people are saying. And this is what I get about spirituality. If you awaken and people are still asleep, as they say, because like I say, I'm learning this, you have a spiritual awakening. You see things that people don't see who are still asleep, kind of thing. So you have this open mind. So the people that are still asleep are sort of like, no, you don't do things like that. And this is what I was saying about 2020. There's a lot of people waking up going, no, there's something not right here. And there's other people on the other hand going, hang on a minute, we have to stick to the rules. You know, and then it becomes this big kind of, you know, and then you've got two separate sides, and people will always question the person who goes against the person who's different. But we ain't different. If we were all the same, we'd be boring, wouldn't we? I hope nobody's getting offended by this, because it's like I'm saying, I'm reading what I'm reading here, and I'm learning, and I'm teaching myself. So I don't mean to offend anybody if I have done. I do apologise if I have offended anyone. It's just what I'm seeing. It's just my opinion. So you can have a completely different opinion. I don't mind. With the reverse Hierophant, you no longer need external approval, such as you don't need to succeed. You're not looking for that approval. You are ready to go it alone and do it your own way, even if it means going against convention. Give yourself permission to trust your inner guidance system as you create your own path forward. Yep. So for about a year or two now, I have been thinking about going forward with a business of my own. However, I don't know how to go about it. I don't know what to do. So at the moment, I'm probably in between the upright Hierophant and the low Hierophant. I'm still awakening, if you know what I mean. I'm not fully awoken, but I'm not asleep either. So I'm in between, I would say. I'm not fully there yet. Because I can see two sides of a story. I mean, sometimes where I work, I have to go by structure. I have to go by, yeah. But when I'm at home, it's sort of like, no, I don't believe in what they're saying sometimes, you know. How do I? So I'm in between. I'm like in between the two worlds at the moment. The Hierophant reversed is also about challenging the status quo. Yeah, I have rocked the boat in many places before. Didn't mean to, but I did. Questioning something isn't wrong, but some people are afraid to do it. I'm afraid to do it sometimes. That's why I say I'm in between at the moment. But no, questioning something isn't wrong, and if it rocks the boat, it rocks the boat. And I really feel, again, with these tarot readings, that I'm really pep talking myself. You see alternative ways of viewing the world, and are ready to test the very idea and concept you were taught, were the trust you no longer accept, to rid structure, tradition and dogma surrounding you. Instead, you seek out opportunities to reclaim your personal power. If you feel restricted or constrained and have lost your sense of freedom and flexibility, now is the time to make change and rules. This is what I was just saying. I'm not fully awoken. I'm not asleep though. I'm at that point where I'm sort of like, hang on a minute. You're telling me this, but then there's another way. So how can I believe in something that I've been sort of like, and pardon the pun, thrown in your face, you must believe this, and then you get thrown something that takes it all out of proportion, and you're sort of like, well, hang on a minute, I've been taught this, but now you're telling me to throw that all out the window. And it's interesting that I say that, because I had a training purpose, and they was teaching us before COVID hit, the way to do this certain task that you got to do. And then they turned around and go, but now, forget all what you've just been taught. Okay, I'm forgetting. And they were going to do it COVID start. And I'm sort of like, right. So how does that work then? So, yeah, I can see where it's going. It's a confusing, like I said, me being sort of like in between the two, it's a confusing world. 2020 was a confusing time for me, you know, because one minute they're saying tradition, blah, 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 and then on this side they're saying forget about all that, just get on with it, do your own thing, make yourself happy, which that side sounds a lot better to me than that side at the moment, but I'm still stuck here in between. The first Hierophant encourages you to basically to think things through and go round and ask yourself, be in the here and now, whether it aligns with you. You may have been running on autopilot, which the last couple of months I was, and I think that's what stemmed to my medical health kind of mental health thing that stirred up. So far you are following the crown, but now you see that change need to be made. Taken further, the Hierophant reverse is like a rebel, a teenager. Saying that, I have been feeling a bit teenager-ish at the moment. I have been sort of like, well, how dare you tell me that? You can't tell me. You know how the teenagers sort of like, you can't tell me what to do. You know, but the adults sort of like, hang on a minute, I was that teenager. You know, you can't tell me what to do. What do you think you're telling me what to do? And then teenagers here saying, you can't tell me what to do. You've never hardly been there. You don't understand. You know, and it's sort of like that. And I've got that in me at the moment. I'm sort of like doing a mother-daughter kind of chat with myself kind of thing. You can't do that. How do you do that? But you were there once before. No, I wasn't. And I'm arguing with myself. You know, so like I said again, I'm in between. I've had so many, my parents taught me a certain way. Yeah? I'm now awakening, I'm my own adult, and now I'm sort of like, well, hang on a minute, you said this. Now that I'm an adult, it means completely something different. So like, now that I'm an adult, I don't have to go by those rules. Now that I'm an adult, I want to go all against those rules and create my own traditions. This is fascinating. Teenagers being questioned society and taking part in constructual activities. They may be running into which authority or conflicts with their parent or guardian figure. So they're basically, like I said, they're arguing with the parents, or they're arguing with their bosses, or they're arguing. So there's a lot of teen angst, I would say, with the reversed Hierophant, and I do get that. It does seem like, well, hang on a minute, and I'm not going to get too political about it, but we have had a lot of, in 2020, we had a lot of sort of protests, and I get it. Right, guys, I'm now going to read out what Soul and Spirit says about the Hierophant. So they call it the priest and Hierophant. I know my tarot deck calls it the Pope, and some tarot decks call it the teacher. So it says, the Hierophant noticed the fool and motions for him to approach. The fool doesn't even begin with niceties. What is the meaning of life if there is no justice in the world? The fool asks. The Hierophant begins answering the question one by one. When life makes no sense, do you go to church, a mosque, a temple? Have you ever felt only a guru could guide you through a difficult chapter? Perhaps you were at breaking point and found the exact book you needed with the answer to your question, and convincing as it may be, at times there is order to the universe, and if order is missed in our life, we must be searching. This is a message from the Hierophant. So there we are. That is my Hierophant Learn With Me. I hope you enjoyed this film. I hope it gave you information as well. I hope it kind of let you know more about what the Hierophant means, even though it was my opinion on it. It weren't really strictly, you know. So if you like this film, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button down below. And if you do subscribe to me, hit that notification bell on all, because that'll let you know when I'm supposed to be uploading, which should be every Saturday. If I don't upload every Saturday, excuse me, I've got a problem. But I've got plenty of films filmed way ahead, so there shouldn't be a problem with me trying to upload. Yes, in February, I have said in a past film, I've got a bonus film out there, and I hope you click on it and celebrate that day with me. So yeah, come and join the family. See you later, guys.